Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, we're diving into an iconic LEGO space set from 1996, 6982 Explorien Starship. This flagship of the Exploriens theme consists of 662 pieces and includes 4 minifigures. You can immediately tell it's a big set just by looking at the box. It measures 52.5 centimeters by 38 centimeters. Honestly, I think this might be one of the largest boxes in my entire collection. Right now, the pieces are tossed inside a bit carelessly, and it shows that the large box was partly also a marketing trick. In reality, it's only about half full. But originally, everything was neatly packed in separate bags, with extra cardboard inside to enhance the unboxing experience. Personally, I think the set could have easily come in a smaller box. It would have been much more practical for storage. One definite advantage of the large box, though, is the beautiful photography. It immediately captures the atmosphere and color scheme of the set. On the front, there's a large photo of the complete model. Inside the flap, you get close-up shots showing off some of the set's play features. On the back, there are alternative builds you can create with the included parts, although they seem pretty difficult to replicate without instructions. Either way, it feels like a set with tons of creative possibilities. The instruction manual is a handy booklet with no less than 48 pages. Normally, I show all the pages one by one, but in this case, that would take a bit too long. The full build of the Starship is spread out over many pages and steps, and I have the feeling I'll really need to stay focused while building. It definitely looks like a challenging project. At the end, there are also a few steps showing how to build an extra small vehicle. One thing's for sure, you won't be putting this set together in just half an hour. We're talking about 662 pieces here, with a striking color scheme: white, black, transparent dark blue, and neon lime green. Notable parts include the wing panels, the transparent dark blue cockpit elements, and of course the theme-specific custom pieces. Stickers featuring magnets or holograms, as well as the unique tiles with the iconic Explorien logo. The set includes 4 minifigures. 2 standard Explorien astronauts, one of them equipped with a breathing apparatus and hose. Nova Hunter, the team leader, recognizable by his unique torso featuring the stylized Explorien logo, and of course, his cool mustache. Android, a female robot figure, which was quite innovative at the time. She features a trans-neon green headpiece and a detailed robotic torso. I also find it special that her pants have printed details, something you didn't see very often back then. The lime green visors, space helmets, and air tanks complete the look perfectly. As for the color scheme, you do have to appreciate the style. Lots of gray, white, and black. Not exactly the most colorful lineup. It's a great team overall, but considering the size of the set, a few extra minifigures would have been nice. I start by constructing the workspace of the Starship, where the cockpit for Nova Hunter will be attached later on. For this part, I'm using the classic plates and bricks, mainly in white and black. Right away, I notice a fun play feature: a modified black 4x4 tile with a hologram sticker. This piece appears in only 4 sets and is exclusive to the Exploriens theme, which makes it an interesting detail for fans of rare parts. Exploriens was a short-lived theme, released in 1996 and discontinued in 1997, featuring sets like the Scorpion Detector, Android Base, and Nebula Outpost. The entire theme consists of only 9 different sets, making it a manageable sub-theme for collectors to complete. The Exploriens are civilian space explorers, searching for fossils on distant planets like Nebula, Basically, they are space paleontologists. I currently own this set and the Android base, which are actually the two largest in the lineup. I've already made a detailed video about set 6958 Android base in the past. You can find it on my channel. While building, I'm discovering some more interesting parts, like this one. It's quite large, molded as a single piece, and there are 4 of them in this set. It's officially called White Wing Plate, and in this white color, it only appears in 2 other sets. There are also light gray and dark gray versions of this part, but even those are found in just 3 sets in total. So it's a pretty rare piece, and it's fun to see it today for the very first time. I've also got this trans dark blue windscreen, which I also consider as a more special piece in this set. I know it in orange from the Deep Freeze Defender, but this specific trans dark blue version is new to me. There are 4 in total, 1 large piece and 3 smaller ones. These more specialized grill plates are also relatively uncommon. In total, they appear in just 23 sets, and in this specific white color, only in this set and 1 other. I have to say, the building experience so far is really fun and quite challenging. The manual is generally clear, but you do need to pay close attention to make sure you don't miss anything and that everything is placed correctly. I'm now on page 13 of the manual, and I'm still far from halfway, but I've already got a nice build coming together. Let's take a closer look at what I've got so far. I've used a lot of parts already, but there's surprisingly little interior decoration at this point. You can seat 4 minifigures in different spots once you open the windscreens. What stands out is that the cockpit is much more detailed than the other 3 sections. Besides the plate with the hologram and the 2 navigation prints on the sides, I feel like there could have been a bit more high-tech gear or accessories. The rear section only features a single slope brick with no navigation or printing at all. The roof has a clever hinge mechanism. It's a nicely designed feature, and everything fits together well. Though you could wonder if it really needed to be this complex, using so many separate pieces. If some parts had been saved in the roof mechanism, there might have been room for more interior detail. I like the many trans neon green dishes integrated into the wing plates. They look great and fit perfectly with the overall design. There's also a play feature built into the cockpit. Using a pin and a LEGO Technic part, you can tilt the cockpit forward. The next thing I'm building is a fun play feature, a pair of robotic arms. The set includes 2 black tiles, each with a magnetic sticker and a special print representing fossils. Each robotic arm has its own function. One lets you pick up a fossil using a magnet. The other uses 2 colored dishes, designed to look like a scanner, to reveal special markings. It's actually a mechanism that fits perfectly with the Exploriens theme and their role as space paleontologists. The middle section is slowly taking shape. According to forums and reviews, this is structurally the weakest part of the ship, something many fans point out as a downside. You really have to press everything together firmly to keep it stable. I get what they mean. The middle does indeed look rather narrow and fragile. The wings and a lot of decorative elements still need to be mounted, which will add more weight. I'm curious to see how it will all turn out in the end. The robot arms have gained an extra dimension of movement. They can move both up and down, as well as forward. This is thanks to a clever and well thought out design using multiple hinges. A third major component is the construction of the wings. It's an enjoyable part of the build, although you do have to build the same thing twice, which can feel a bit repetitive. I find one design choice a bit odd. Each wing starts with a red 2x2 plate that ends up completely hidden. I have no idea why they included that. Maybe to provide 2 red plates for an alternate build. I'm not quite sure what to make of the result. It looks a bit futuristic. It doesn't really feel like imposing wings. Rather, they seem fragile and brittle. With extra Technic parts, you can connect both wings. The total width is 40 centimeters. Then you can mount the entire assembly onto the rear of the spaceship. Again, make sure to press everything down firmly. The ship is getting larger and larger, and structural stability is key. There's a built-in play feature. The wings can tilt downward, giving the ship a dynamic and aggressive profile, often compared to a space goose. However, that's something I can only properly demonstrate at the very end of the complete build. And once again, we're still not done. The manual seems to be getting denser and more detailed, so staying focused and paying close attention remains essential. In the central section, you can store the fossils and a space scanner tool. As the final part of the spaceship, I build a laser cannon. I once again use trans dark blue elements, but this time they're half cylinders. Quite rare, they appear in only 7 sets in this specific color. The cannon is attached to the back of the Starship using a hinge system and is covered by 2 opening panels. There's some extra decoration provided for the wings. It's a fun little build that adds some variety. Hologram stickers are used, creating a nice starry effect. And there's more decoration for the rest of the ship as well, like this part on the roof. I have to admit, the level of finish on the exterior is really impressive. That way, the simpler interior decoration is more than compensated. I've completed the entire spaceship as instructed by the manual. Finally, there's still a 2-wheeled rover left to build. This is also a fun change of pace to build, after the heavy work of the spaceship. I really like the big wheels. And of course, once again, there's that dark blue trans-clear element. It features robot arms, lasers, a magnet, and it can dock onto the back of the spaceship. The small rover fits perfectly into the Explorien story. It is a strong addition and brings a lot of extra play value. The ship is large, elongated, and has a futuristic yet somewhat skeletal design. At the front, you have the cockpit and workspace, in the middle a narrow spine, and at the back, the wings and the large laser cannon. Practically speaking, the size isn't much of an advantage. The design makes it difficult to handle the ship without pieces falling off. The building experience was definitely fun and challenging. But for me personally, it felt just a bit too long working on the same structure. I really had to stay focused and make sure everything was assembled correctly. I have to admit, it's a very large and impressive model. And above all, it's packed with play features. Everything can move, everything can rotate. The middle section is indeed quite fragile, and for small kid hands, this spaceship would be a massive toy. I'm not sure whether that's a pro or a con. One thing's for sure, the Explorien Starship 6982 is a real eye-catcher. As a collector's item, it's a must-have, especially for LEGO space fans. The play features are rich, the storyline sparks the imagination, and the design is truly unique. I personally love the color scheme and the detailed decorations, even if they are a bit chaotic and overwhelming. Let me know in the comments what you think of this set, and don't forget to subscribe for more vintage LEGO content. It's completely free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.